Hey, we gonna wrap it up. We've been talking about where Jesus said what the two main commandments were: to love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your mind, all your strength, and all your soul. Very first video we talked about that we're supposed to love the one true God, that there's only one God. And then we go on to how does he want us to love him? So now we're going to talk about loving him with all your soul. See, in the end, that's what matters. Because that's where do you want to spend eternity? Do you want to spend eternity with him? I mean, seriously. Because there's a whole lot of people that talk about the fact that, oh, I'm saved and I'm going to spend eternity with Jesus. Guess what? Tomorrow's part of eternity. And if you ain't spending it with Jesus, chances are when you said it, you either said it with your mind or you did it in a moment of passion and you gave him one or the other, but you ain't gave him all four. He wants your heart. He wants your mind. He wants your strength. And most importantly, he wants your soul. Because that's who and what we are. And when we accept the Holy Spirit, it changes us. And if you hadn't been changed, you hadn't been saved. Because he touches our soul. He touches who and what we are. 1 John 4:8 tells us that God is love. That if you do not know God, you do not know love. And now we're talking about the four things. What is real love? And real love is when it's all four included, y'all. I love my wife with all my heart. That's the filio. I love her with all my mind. It's intentional. Because sometimes, you know what? My heart don't feel it. But I know that we've been together 35 years and I ain't throwing that away. That I made a commitment before the Lord with her. I love her with all my strength. Sometimes I am her rock. Sometimes I am her shelter. And I love her with all my soul. See, that's where the agape comes in. Till death do us part. I made a promise to spend forever with her. And you see, I made that same promise to Jesus so many years ago, laying in my bed. I had my little Bible and I clutched it to my chest and I told him, Jesus, I don't want to ever spend a day without you. I want to spend forever with you. And I made that commitment to the Lord. I gave him my soul. Now, all the time since then, there have been times, no, he ain't had my mind and he ain't had my heart. But he's always had my soul and he's always kept hold of it. Till he brought me in and he brought me home. Jesus wants you forever. And I want you to realize this. And I want you to think about it. Because if he ain't got you tomorrow, he ain't got you forever. If he hadn't got your heart, he doesn't have your forever. If he doesn't have your mind, he doesn't have your forever. If he doesn't have your strength, he doesn't have your forever. God said, I want all of you. Now, we watch the marriages across this world fail one after another. And it's because people are getting one of the four, but they ain't getting it all. See, church, we're supposed to be the bride of Christ. And you know what? Jesus ain't getting divorced. It's only going to happen when you give him all four. And I want you to understand the love that he's got, of what in the world it's like. Waking up every day with Jesus is unlike anything else. He's the first thing I think of and the last thing I think of. If you want to talk about Jesus, you call me. I'll talk about Jesus all day and all night. I love him. He's my favorite topic. If we're going to love our neighbor and we're going to love the world, first thing we got to do is love God. Because if you ain't got the love for God, nothing else matters. If you're going to rob, I don't know that I've got this. The chances are you don't. Because Jesus himself told Peter, when you are changed. And if nothing changed, and guess what? Nothing changed. Getting saved is easy, y'all. But it's got to be real. You got to give him your heart. You got to give him your mind. You got to give him your strength. You got to give him your soul. You got to say, here, Jesus, it's yours. I want you. I'm sorry for all the time that as my mama would put it, that I've been ugly. I'm sorry for all my sins. You see, sins are when we do what we want to do instead of what Jesus wants us to do. Salvation's easy, y'all. Jesus made it that way for a reason. The Bible's easy. First way to take it is what it says. You don't need no special knowledge. All you need is to get on your knees and talk with Jesus. Tell him, I don't want to be without you. I'm giving you all my heart, all my mind, all my strength, and all my soul. And I want to be with you forever. Y'all, and it'll change you. See, that's when you're going to learn what real love is. God bless you.